buckets full of native Rio Grande Cutthroat trout.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Some raised in a hatchery, some spawned from eggs in the wild gathered from local streams. Now they're going back where they belong, their native habitat, here at Comanche Creek in the Valle Vidal in northern New Mexico's Carson National Forest.
They're all Rio Grande Cutthroat trout. We brought about 6,000 one-year-old fish that are about 4 to 5 inches, about 20 grams in weight. And then we brought about 500 fish that are about a pound apiece.
There was a time when Rio Grande cutthroat trout were plentiful in these waters. One of the few native species of fish in New Mexico, they used to thrive. But centuries of stocking non-native rainbow, brook, and brown trout into local rivers and streams started pushing the native trout to extinction. Competition for food, disease was killing off the Rio Grande cuts.
On the Comanche Creek, the main non-natives are the white suckers and the rainbow trout. And the rainbow trout, actually, they can hybridize or interbreed with the cutthroat, so you lose your genetic integrity. So eventually you'll lose that fish, and these projects like this are really important.
But preserving the Rio Grande cut is not as simple as just pouring buckets of fish into the water. These waters have to be cleared of all non-native species. Then it took years of trial and error using different systems to stop non-native trout from getting back in.
This is actually a velocity barrier. And what it is, it's a smooth culvert that's, we have swim speeds, there's known swim speeds in fish, and the culvert's put at enough gradient and it's real smooth where it doesn't allow the fish to rest. So at high flows, it has really high velocities where the fish just can't make it through, they can't swim through without tiring. And then during low flows, it spreads out the water enough where they can't make it through.
Downstream, there's a small 2-foot drop. Then the fish hits a splash pad that spreads and thins out the water, so they can't swim upstream. The wild ride continues with drop barriers that are 8-foot tall artificial waterfalls, making it impossible for the non-native fish to return after being evicted.
And this is a big moment today because we've been working on the habitat since 1994 and trying to improve it, and we've come a long ways. But this is a big phase in terms of getting Rio Grande cutthroat trout back into the habitat. And it's really exciting to see them come back into this native stream and not being impacted by exotic trout. And it provides a unique opportunity for the fishermen in this area.
This is actually a small part of a large restoration project, which is the Rio Castilla River restoration project, and this is just one portion of it. It's about 25 miles of about a 150-mile project. So this is just one segment of it. It's a large segment, but it's one segment of a really large-scale project to create these giant metapopulations of Rio Grande cutthroats.
They're going to be a little naive because they've been raised in the hatchery, so they're going to be fairly easy to catch. It's on the Valle Vidal, so it's all catch and release, single barbless hooks, artificial lures only. So if you do come up here and catch them, be very gentle, get them back in the water, keep your hands wet when you're handling them, move them back in as quick as possible so they can do what they're supposed to do, and that's repopulate this stream and become a self-sustaining population.